Hello everyone, it's our great pleasure to present our analysis of use and gratification survey in the digital media area. Unlike traditional medium series that focus on medians impact audience, UGT shifts that focus to what people do with medium to meet their own needs. Now, let's take a quick look at our presentation roommate. Let me introduce our group members: Xuke, Xiaoyang, Wu Yiying, Xu Lu Yao, An Danting, and Yang Han. We have structured our talk into five key sections. The first, the history and origin background of UGT. The second is evolution and development process over time. The third, coordination and basic assumptions that underpin this theory. And finally, the future development directions of UGT in the digital age. In short, we will walk you through where UGT come from and how it have grown, what it truly stands for, and where it may be heading next. Now, let's start with its history roots.
Now let's start with the history, orange, and the historical background. First is orange. UGT was born in 1914. The foundational study was Horin's 1944 research on radioscope Oprah evidence. This study made a core discovery. It first explored that evidence actively used meaning for international realized hope and other needs, which was a groundbreaking insight at the time. What's more, UGT is a milestone of the evidence entry theory in communication studies. It breaks the stereotype of the passive evidence in traditional theories by focusing on how evidence actively use media, embarrassing why people choose special media instead of just studying media effects and shifting the view of evidence from passive research to active users. This orange and background lined a crucial foundation for UGT's later development.
Now, let's explore the four-stage evolution of use and gratification theory. First, the 1940 to 1950s UGT rooted in early audience research. Scholars like Hudson studies video superopinion audiences, explore why people active use media licit was the serial germination laying a basic foundation. Next, in the 1916 to 1917s, the serial was formally articulated. And Kant and his colleagues putting forward five core assumptions. This made UGT a completed theoretical framework in communication studies. Then the 1918 to 1919s, its applications were expanded to more fields like TV and cable medium. Scholar also integrated social and cultural factors into the theory, make it more particular. Finally, the 2000 years to present UGT regained attention with the rise of digital media. It's now widely used to study social media and short videos use focus on the interaction between the August and use needs. In the short, UGT evolution reflects its adapted to ever-changing media landscapes.
The uses and gratification theory is a major milestone in communication studies. First proposed by research like CATS, it asks fundamental questions. Why do people use media and what needs do they satisfy by doing so? The process is described as an active and intentional. First, our individual needs and desires shapes our expectations of media. Based on this expectation, we proactively choose specific media and content to engage with it. Ultimately, this active use leads to satisfaction our initial needs. In essence, the theory maps this clear user-driven journey from need to choice and to gratification. Then let's look at the core assumptions of the uses and gratification theory. It proposes that the audience is active and purposeful in using media to satisfy their needs. The process requires the audience to consciously link their media to use fulfill those needs. Importantly, media competes with other life activities to meet our demands. This research relies on audience own reports about their motivations. Finally, the theory itself avoids making value a judgment about the media content. In short, this shifts our focus to understanding what people are active to do with media.
Today, I want to briefly explain how the uses and gratifications theory, or UGT, helps us understand why TikTok has become so popular. According to UGT, audiences are not passive at all. Instead, we actively choose media based on what we want or what we feel we need at that moment. This is where the cool key concepts come in. Gratification thought, which means what we expect to get from the medium, and gratifications obtained, which refers to what we actually experience after using it. In daily life, TikTok is probably the curious expansible around us. Many of us open TikTok when we want a short break and want to distract us during a stressful moment. These expectations represent GS. And if we really feel relaxed or happier after watching those short videos, that becomes GO. Previous research also showed that when people actually get the satisfactions they expected, they are more likely to continue using the platform, which explains why TikTok feels so addictive to many students. Based on this idea, our study proposes that the more satisfactions users expect from TikTok, the more frequently they want to use it. Honestly, as the international students, I find this is very true. When we feel stressed, TikTok becomes a small space where we can breathe. So overall, UGT not only explains TikTok success but also help us understand how long we stay on the app, how many videos we watch, and how likely we are interact with content. It gives us a clear framework to analyze TikTok's worst impact on our daily media habit.
This slide presents the main theoretical argument of the uses and gratification theory. The first one is the audience actively chooses to receive the information. The second one is the audience use media to satisfy specific psychological or social needs, such as information or entertainment. The third one is that the same media content can create different levels of satisfaction for different individuals. This slide focuses on the applications and limitations of the uses and gratifications theory. In terms of applications, UGT is widely used to analyze audience behavior and understand why people choose certain media. It is especially useful in advertising and marketing communications, and it helps marketers design content based on audience needs. UGT also helps explain the disseminations, effects, and outcomes of media content. However, the theory has several limitations. It relies heavily on self reported data, which may not always be accurate. It also has difficulty explaining unconscious media use. In addition, it tends to under, underestimate the influence of algorithms on audience behavior.
Now I will talk about the future development of user and gratification theory. Today media change very fast. User behavior and media habits are strongly influenced by algorithm and AI. In the past, UGT said that people use media based on their own need, such as information or entertainment. But today, this is not full issue. On platforms like TikTok or YouTube, users do not choose everything by themselves. The platform keeps pushing content through own algorithm. Because of this, gratification are not only from user needs, they are also created by algorithm. UGT also need to move from media use to media participation. Users now watch, comment, create video, and join online communities. So, old categories like information or entertainment are not enough. In addition, AI and immersive media such as VR and AR give users new experience like emotional support and visual identity. Overall, UGT in the future should explain how user algorithms and technology work together to shape media gratification.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for your listening. Thank you.